4:25.
Okay, I think we're officially recording. Good afternoon. I'm Dana Olson, and I'm here with Walker's Grove staff members behind me as we conclude our book study on The Wild Card by Hope and Wade King. Today we're taking a closer look at the toolbox section of the book, where Hope and Wade talk about different strategies they're using with their students to keep their students more engaged. As a group of educators that are looking to start this and jump into this teaching, we thought, why not reach out to a teacher who's already had this experience and is already implementing this in her curriculum. So I reached out to a former Walker's Grove teacher, Mrs. Kim Hurtis, who is here live with us today. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us. And then second of all, thanks for coming back to Walker's Grove. Welcome.
You're welcome. Thanks.
So, Kim, can you give the people in the room who don't really know you so well a little bit of a background on where you started in teaching, why you started in teaching, and then where you are today?
I first started teaching, well, actually, in college, I went for a psychology degree. And then I college decided I wanted to work so I went back to school. And then I got my degree in elementary education. And I worked at Walker's Grove for 5 years teaching third grade. And then when I came to Arkansas, I taught second grade for 2 years. And then this is my fifth year in third grade.
That's great. That's great. What school are you at now?
I'm at Willowbrook Elementary in Bentonville, Arkansas.
And then is it a private school or a public school?
It's a public school where K through fourth grade. And we have about 850 students.
Okay. So when you came to that school, or you said you had opened that school, did
Yes.
they already implement different strategies, or was it similar to when you were teaching at Walker's Grove? Mary Kay's here.
When I first came here, it was very similar to Walker's Grove. We didn't really have a true curriculum and resources. We had standards, and we had to kind of find our own resource, but not the engagement level that we're at now.
So how did you begin that process then of changing up how you started to get students engaged or changing your teaching style overall?
A lot of it came from a leadership academy that I attended. Different schools in Arkansas send teachers to a leadership academy in Central Arkansas, where we all go and kind of learn and share ideas. And there were some people there that had been to the Rock Park Academy. So then another teacher and I kind of did some research, and then we found out just more about the teachers there and their style of teaching. And then we kind of just looked at their blogs, got ideas, just tried different things. And then once that kind of caught on, the administration got interested in what we were doing, and it kind of snowballed from there.
That's awesome. So then what would you say your first step is? Because we just worked our way through the wild card, and we're just kind of at that point where we see all these amazing ideas online, but we don't know, like, how did you start? What was your first step? Or besides seeing stuff at the leadership conference, were teammates helping you? Like, what was the game plan there?
Really, it was just one other teacher and I. And we used Hope King. She's a teacher from Ron Clark Academy. On her blog, she gives you all her ideas for different transformations and lessons. And we took those ideas and kind of applied them in class. So our first transformation was a science one. And basically it was all the content we've always done, but we just kind of transformed and decorated them. And so it was kind of like baby steps into like this to see if it would get kids more interested in their learning.
That's awesome. When I know I like Instagram stalked you, so I'll flash that on the screen really quick. But I was Instagram stalking you, and I saw that Hope and Wade King came to your actual school. What was that experience like? I'll see if I can flash this without losing you. We'll see.
Oh, that's okay. So, about a year ago, I went with a few other educators and our assistant principal to Ron Clark Academy. And so that's where we kind of met them and really fell in love with them and their teaching style. And so we begged and pleaded to get them to come to our school and kind of spread their knowledge and expertise with all of that. And basically, it's everything that's in the book. Engagement is huge. Engagement is key. Being excited to be there with the kids, building relationships. Everything in the book is truly who they are as people.
That's awesome. So when you went to go back a little bit to the Ron Clark Academy, when you went there, how was that school? Because we see on like social media kind of bits and pieces of it, but what was that experience like to you, or what did you take away from that experience?
It's a very interesting school. They're very, very strict. But they also love their kids unconditionally, and that definitely shows. And so it's kind of when you have that behavior control of your students, you can do those fun things. And so we took back a lot of different things, working on communication and speaking skills with our students. We do a lot of discussion and teaching them how to shake hands and eye contact when they're in class and different things like that came straight from the Ron Clark Academy.
That's great. So I guess my next question is, I have seen on social media that it looked like your school almost had like houses. Was that something you guys got from the Ron Clark Academy, or?
Yes. So each student in our school is in a house. We had 8 total. And they're mixed up K through 4. And they're just groups where we kind of support each other. We do different lessons on different dispositions that our school is working on following. And then you have celebrations every quarter. We track points and the winning house is a party. And it's just a way to kind of bring the school together.
So builds a community. Now, can I ask a personal question? Do your daughters go there too?
My daughter does, yes.
Oh, okay.
And then my youngest will be in kindergarten next year.
Oh, and so are they on the same teams as you, or are they separate, or?
No, it's all random. So she's on a different team.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the questions we have from Jeff Schaefer-Meyer is, do the students stay on these teams year after year, or does it get mixed up each year?
So they stay on the same team every year. So we're hoping that they can build those friendships with people in other grades. We talk about being role models, like as a 4th grader, kindergartners up to you. So it's kind of neat. And then you have the same teachers that are like the head teachers. So you get to know kids in every grade level.
That's great.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Do you have any other like advice that you would give us, if, like just starting off with this, that maybe we haven't talked about yet?
I like for the engagement piece, I would say just start small. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Like the bowling that you did, that was amazing, and I'm sure it got them so super excited, but it was easy to do. It's just you have to change your way of lesson planning and thinking about how you're going to take your content. It's all basically you have your content first, and then you just put the fun spin on it. So it's still rigorous, and you're still hitting all your stakes.
And now you're at your school. Is it like 100% buy-in with teachers, or do you feel like maybe some teachers kind of lay back, or does your administration get involved where like this is what we're doing? Like, what's the vibe there?
They definitely want to see high rigor and high engagement, but it's definitely up to the teacher how much you do. It's not required at all, but engagement is a requirement. We've had probably 75% of our staff have gone to wrong part or to get your cheat sheet. And that's a company that we both are part of as well.
Wow, that's awesome. That's very cool.
Except with all this extra principles.
Yeah.
And for some of that too, some got grants through donors choose to go. Or district money, different PD money that we got.
Now, when you're planning, like, say, a science lesson and you're going to incorporate this stuff, do you team plan, or is it individual, or how does it look on your specific grade level?
So what we decided is every quarter we were going to do one group lesson, and then beyond that, it's just up to you how you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to open it up for questions,
Okay.
and we'll see if anyone has anything that they want to ask him.
I do.
Okay. I'll pass the laptop around.
So my question is, if I wanted to start this, you said you have to put content first. So you remember probably in Plainfield that we get a list of components that we have to teach each quarter, and they're assessed each quarter, and so you can't necessarily vary from those components. You could start something else, obviously, but those have to be assessed. So if I wanted to do something, would you suggest that I pick, like, for example, recycling? Let's say I wanted to do something with recycling. We teach that in science, so that's my content. Would I then look at my components to see what components might fit with that? Or would I look at recycling? Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, so I can give you an example of kind of a big unit we do.
Okay.
In science, we do Jurassic Park. And it all stems from our adaptation, fossils, heredity, selection, all that. So that's the science base. And then we pull in post-reading with green ideas, comparing and contrasting, and then also math. Our math is just dinosaur themed, but it's your two-step word problem, multiplication, division.
Okay.
Within that 2 days that we do Jurassic Park, we do it for two-folding. So it kind of hits all your content standards within consulting.
Okay.
But you can do smaller things.
Yeah. Well, with like, without looking at, I have the component list out because I'm trying to plan something. But, within the ELA, I think I probably have to teach 20 components. I mean, obviously I couldn't get all those components in 2 days, nor would I want to even try.
Yeah.
So it'd be a matter of picking the ones that I felt like I could adapt or fit into
Right.
that. So if I did pick recycling, what you're saying is, and then I picked content area vocabulary, I would need to find maybe something that had that vocab in it
Yes.
and
Yeah.
theme it around recycling. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That,
So
I
if
mean,
you
that makes
wanted to
sense.
pretend like they're in a recycling plant and they have these activities to do or whatever it may be, and then fit all
Okay,
your
got
content
it.
into that theme or whatever you're pretending that they're doing for the
So is it a little bit, sorry, I'm hogging all the question time. Is it a little bit like where we maybe used to have centers or like games, like you were, okay, I have a contraction game and that's here, and then I have a, I don't know, something else that's here, and the kids sort of go to each station,
You could
or
do it
it's
like that. I mean, it's really up to you, however you want it
okay
to
to look. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they could do that, or if you would want to just do one thing at a time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else have any questions for her? I guess I have one more question about
Okay.
like your district. Do you have, are you the only elementary school, or are there multiple elementary schools?
I think we're at about 14 now, and they're opening a new one next year.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then do other schools kind of buy into this, or is this specifically your school right now?
So when we had Wade and Hope here, other schools were allowed to come. So then, I know one school is all in, but the rest it's just individual teachers that have kind of jumped on board.
Okay, very cool. I do, like, I was stalking your district websites, and they have like very nice like videos, and I really like how your district seems to be like promoting your district. Do you like feel like that's kind of what they're trying to do, or is that just how everyone is in Arkansas?
A lot of that's put together from a program that our high school has, and they do like video editing and all that type.
Oh, wow.
So that
Very
that's
nice.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions for Kim, or? Well, Kim, thank you so much for meeting with us. I know you're crazy busy and doing a million things, and I love what you're doing on social media. I just started following you today, so thank you for letting me know about that.
You're welcome.
But I appreciate you coming in, and I think everyone else, just it's nice to have someone that we can kind of talk to get some ideas from. Oh,
And I would say,
oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Karen Eisman was asking what your Instagram account is for school stuff.
Inspire underscore the number 2.
I think I have it right here. Let me pull it up.
Is that what it is?
Teach, yeah, teach underscore.
Teach to inspire.
Teach to inspire.
But also, you can share my email, and if anyone has questions, I would love to answer them or help with ideas, any of that. I love doing it.
Yay! Well, we appreciate it because it's just so nice. Oh, there goes your sensors.
I know.
You're like sensors. It's a fancy school.
There we go.
But we love hearing it because we were here, so I know there's a few of us in the room that remember you when you were here. So it's awesome that you've grown and you keep growing as a teacher, and I appreciate you sharing your expertise with us. So some of us will probably be reaching out to you in the near future again.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kim.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay warm.
Yeah. Thanks.